A study on lottery winners found something that should not be true. People who won $50,000 to $150,000 were just as likely, sometimes more likely, to declare bankruptcy within 5 years as people who won a fraction of that amount. More money, same or worse outcome. And inheritance follows almost exactly the same pattern. Research on people who inherit significant sums in their 20s, 30s, and 40s found that on average, only about half of it survives. The rest is gone within a few years, to overspending, to poor decisions, or simply to drift. If sudden money made people wealthier, this would not be possible. So something else is happening. Psychologist Stephen Goldbart, co-founder of the Money, Meaning, and Choices Institute, gave this pattern a name: sudden wealth syndrome. It is not about the money itself, it is about the speed. Your sense of identity, your habits, your relationship to risk. All of that was built and tested slowly, over years, against a financial reality that stayed roughly the same. Sudden wealth removes that reality overnight and leaves the identity built for the old one standing in a situation it was never calibrated for. Goldbart's clinical work found the same symptoms showing up again and again: guilt, isolation, paralysis about decisions that now feel too large to get wrong. Here is the study that started this conversation. Researchers looked at Florida lottery winners in the $50,000 to $150,000 range. Not life-changing amounts by lottery standards. Enough to pay off debt. Enough to build real savings. Within 3 to 5 years, these winners were not more financially secure than people who had won far less. They were just as likely, in some cases, more likely, to have filed for bankruptcy. Now, here is the part that applies directly to inheritance. A separate study, published in the Journal of Family and Economic Issues, looked specifically at people who inherited significant sums in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. On average, they kept only about half of it. The rest was gone within a few years. But the same research found something hopeful. Inheritors who received real financial guidance, not a lecture, actual planning support, kept and grew significantly more of what they received. This is not a story about people who are bad with money. It is a story about a psychological event that almost nobody prepares you for. If you have ever received, or expect to receive, a meaningful inheritance, I want to ask honestly, has anyone in your life actually talked you through what to do with it, beyond a vague, "be careful"? Comment yes or no below. I suspect the answer for most people is no, and I want to see how common that actually is. Inheritance is not just sudden wealth syndrome. It carries something the lottery study does not have to deal with: grief. The money almost always arrives at the exact moment you are losing someone, which means the financial decisions are being made by a mind that is not making decisions well right now, about anything. There is often guilt attached specifically to the money, a sense that spending it, investing it, even enjoying it, is somehow a betrayal of the person who is gone. And there can be family complexity layered on top. Uneven shares, old sibling dynamics resurfacing, expectations from people who were never part of the will but feel entitled to an opinion about it anyway. None of that is in the lottery data, which means inheritance is not just sudden wealth syndrome, it is sudden wealth syndrome layered directly on top of grief. So what does the research say actually works? 1. Do nothing irreversible for the first 90 days. Not because you are incapable of good decisions, because grief and financial judgment do not mix well, and the data backs this up. Park the money somewhere safe and boring. The decisions can wait. the safety cannot. 2. Get guidance before you get advice. There is a difference. Advice tells you what to buy. Guidance helps you understand what you actually want this money to do before anyone starts recommending products. The inheritors in the research who kept the most were not the ones who acted fastest. They were the ones who got real planning support early. And on the guilt specifically, one thing worth hearing directly. Using this money to build a stable life is not a betrayal of the person who left it to you. For almost everyone who leaves an inheritance, the wish underneath it was exactly that you would be okay. 3. Name the family complexity before it names you. If there is tension in how the inheritance was divided, or old family dynamics resurfacing, naming that directly, even awkwardly, prevents far more damage than staying quiet and hoping it settles itself. If you want to understand more about the psychological side of financial decisions like this one, Your Money and Your Brain, by Jason Zweig, has an excellent section on decision-making under emotional stress, which is exactly the condition most inheritance decisions get made in. The link is in the description and pinned in the comments below. Sudden money does not test your character. It tests whether anyone ever prepared you for a financial reality that changed overnight. Almost nobody is. If you are navigating this right now, the fact that it feels overwhelming is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It is the expected response to an unprepared psychology meeting a sudden change. Save this for someone who might need it, even quietly. Subscribe if you are tired of knowing what to do and still not doing it. And if you want to understand the guilt that runs through family and money, even outside of inheritance, that video is right here. I will see you there.